Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, depending on what time you're watching this next episode from me, Avomance, and today we are going to do another house. You keep saying, Avo, do another house, Avo, do another house. So, alright, fair enough, I'm going to do another house for you, and it's going to be a relatively simple one, so you don't have to get too involved, but yet, I hope, and we'll find out in a minute, it is going to look alright, so why don't we just crack on? Today we're trying something just a little bit more symmetrical. So we have got a series of 9 by 9 squares, 5 of them to be exact, and they form a cross. So you can see we've got a 9 by 9 square on the left, a 9 by 9 square on the right, 9 by 9 square at the top, 9 by 9 square at the bottom, and a 9 by 9 square in the middle. So what that means is you've got a complete width of 25 from top to bottom of each of those crosses. So that's your size, that's your dimensions. Let's crack on with it. So what we're going to do first, as we always do, is we are going to create ourselves some pillars of wood. And what we're going to do, we're going to come to the outside of the squares that we've just made. So the corner here, and we're going to build up the pillars there. So these pillars in these corners are going to be 4 high. Again on this side, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're going to come to put some pillars here, but these are not going to be 4 high, these are going to be 6 high, like that, and then do exactly the same over here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then when we come to this one, which is directly opposite the 4 high one over there, we're going back to 4 high, so that's 4, and then here is 2, 3, 4, and then over on this corner here, we are going back to 6 because that is opposite that corner. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And the same on this side as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm not entirely sure. I didn't put an extra one in there. Hang on, let me just check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, I did do 6. Okay, that's all right. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to put in the cross beams like that because we want plenty of structure. And we'll put the cross beams in this one as well. Coming across, exactly the same on here, cross beams coming across, and the same on the other side, cross beams coming across like that. So that's the kind of outer edge, if you like, of the house, and we've got 2 separate levels. And then we're going to, as we normally do, and if you follow the house builds by me before, you'll know that we do this quite a lot, we're going to start to do the roof. However, this time we're going to use stone brick to edge our roof rather than cobble because I want to go for a slightly different look. So we're going to put stone brick overlapping, coming up like this, and we're just going to do a standard A-frame. We're not going to put any kind of stretched A-frame onto this shorter side. We're just going to carry on building the roof up. And what I'll do is I'll carry on doing this, and when I'm done, I shall come back to you. I'll see you in a minute. So there we've got 2 gable ends on there. And what we want to put on here, on the taller sides, we're going to do again the same. We're going to put in some gable ends, so we're not going to have edge pieces like that. But with this one, we're going to do it ever so slightly differently. So we're going to put our stone bricks on the edge there. But when we have an upside down step, we're going to put a block on it rather than another set of steps, and then on top of that we're going to put steps, and then upside down steps, and again this side steps, then upside down steps, and then again we've got an upside down step, so we must put on some stone bricks, and we're just going to repeat that on both sides, and I'll be back when I've done that too. And then we've got 4 gable ends, 2 standard A-frames, and 2 that are a bit more stretchy and tall to make it a little bit more interesting. Now between all of them you'll see we've got a 1 block gap. So what we're going to do in this 1 block gap, we're going to put a block of stone brick like that, and then on the outside of that an upside down set of steps, so as it looks like that. And we're going to do that on all 4 of them. There's another one there, and one there, exactly the same here, and there, and then finally this one down here. Shove that in there, and stone bricks underneath. And then what we're going to do is we're going to get ourselves across using some spruce wood stairs, and we're basically going to complete the roof trim, and we're sort of following the line of the wall so as we don't overshoot ourselves. And then here we're coming along, and this will be over the top of that, remember, because this will be underneath, because it's a different level, it comes in underneath, and it'll create for a really nice effect when we're done. You shall see. So again, on this side, come along to the edge of the wall, because that's where the wall is going to be, and here in exactly the same way we're coming across, whoops, across and across and across and across like that. So again, we're just going to complete doing that on the shorter ends by bringing these in all the way along, and eventually what will happen is we will meet the other roof, and that will allow us to join it up and it will become much clearer. I just fell off the roof there, did you see that? You'll notice we're not doing the upside down brick underneath the roof. That is not what we're trying to achieve at all. That goes like that, and then you can see this is going to come across there and join that up. So we've got the join of that roof coming like that, and then we do exactly the same on the other side. Just bring it across, make sure that they're the right way up. That'll help, won't it? Right, coming around and around, around and around, and duck under that roof there, like that, and then come along again with this bricks until we get to the point where it meets up with the other wall. Come there, and one more, and then we've got a join like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to carry on doing that on the other sides, and we're going to finish off with a fairly decent looking roof. So you can see how the roof is developing. Every time we've got a set of steps, we put some steps on it. Every time we've got a block like this, we put a block on it, and we just go across the entire width of the roof. Where it meets the other roof coming in on an angle, we match it up beautifully. So we've got some steps meeting steps, and then the blocks tuck behind the steps, then more steps meet steps, and it works out really quite nicely. And we're going to just keep building on this roof all the way across. We're going to give it a little bit of detail later, but right now it is just to get the structure on it. I do like to do the roof first, because if you do the roof first, you know exactly how the building is going to look and feel before you have to start worrying about doing walls and stuff, because walls can take a little bit more thought, whereas roofs kind of flow themselves. But I'm just going to carry on flowing this roof out, and I'll be back when the roof is completely done. So we've got some really nice looking roof there, but we've got no walls to hold it up. All we've got are these stilt things, so we've got to sort that out. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this as the front entrance area, and we're going to start to build up a bit of wall. And what I want is a single door in the middle like that. We're going to get rid of that. We're going to put that in like that, and then come inside and pop in a door. So that's indented. Then I'm just going to try and escape, and that is how that is going to look. Now, oh, I've got a bit of grass. I'm just hiding the grass. We are now going to complete this wall all the way around. We're going to have exactly the same system on the back end here. So where's my thing? There it is. Right, I'm going to put 1, 2, 3, 4, and then on this side again, 1, 2, 3. Oh, grass enough, get in the way, didn't it? 3, 4. We're going to get rid of that. We're going to put that in there, and we're going to stick that like that. So we've got a nice door area. This is just going to have a complete row of brick like this, and then we're just going to carry that all the way around the entire house. Now this isn't going to stay just stone brick, it is going to have a little bit of variation on it, but at the moment I just want to get the structure in so as we can start to see what we're playing with, and then we can replace some of these bricks out in a moment for some other textures, so give us a little bit more oomph in our build. Because if you use the same block all the way across, it just looks a little bit boring, and we don't do boring in our builds, do we? No, we do not, Avo. We do not do boring, because boring is, well, boring. And what we're going to do is we're going to interchange some blocks. So, no, we're not going to do that yet because we have missed out a wall. Let's get this bit like that. Fill this all the way in. Coming across. That should be all of the yellow gone. Yes, it is. So it's a little bit overgrown inside, and we're going to get rid of that in a minute. But what we are going to do is we're going to ensure that we have got a nice kind of patterning towards these sides. So we're going to put a bit there, we're going to have 1, 2, 3. So have a nice big window there. We can stick a stone brick there. We can stick cobble there. Stone brick can go in there. Stone brick can also go in there actually. And we have andesite. Then we'll have 1, 2, 3. And then we'll stick a bit of cobble in there. And stone brick, stone brick. And then we're just going to carry on replacing the bricks with andesite or cobble or whatever it is we quite fancy. So we've got 1, 2, 3. We'll stick a cobble on there. That can be a brick. That can be an andesite. And we start to build up some texture. And then we just replace some of these fellas here, get rid of that grass, with some of these other blocks. And that way we can be sure that we are getting a nice consistent finish across the whole of the wall. So I'll be back once that bit has been created. And I've gone all the way around it all to create a nice feel with a bit of depth and a bit of texture and plenty of patterning and different types of bricks sitting in this wall to make it look really, really awesome. So I'll be back when I've done that. So we're inside and we've got all of these walls done. And if you follow me block by block, you'll notice you have got a gap going along here. So what we're going to do is we're just going to fill that in all the way to the end with the spruce wood block on both sides like that. And the same on this side as well. Oh, missed. That's that one. And then finally this one. Okay, so the integrity of that roof is now absolutely spot on. But what we've not got is anything going on in these ends here. And we want to start to build up something so as this becomes a little bit more, a little bit, certainly very enclosed, but we want it to look quite nice too. So again, we're going to get a different wood. I'm going to go for oak wood on this particular occasion. And we're going to row up oak wood along this bit here. So you can see we've gone inside one from where that wooden beam is, like that. And we're also going to get, similarly, I didn't get these. This is bad planning again. We also need to get some stairs which go on the top here. Like that. So that seals off that end. Then we're going to come around the other side. We're going to ignore this one for now. We are going to do exactly the same. We're going to get steps going across like that. Oh, so you've got to get them in the right place. Like that. And then above the steps underneath we're going to have the oak wood going across like that. And that makes a really quite nice end. And then up on this side, I'm just going to finish off one side now. We're going to come in and, where's me? We're going to make a big old window. Not like that. A big old window that goes across like this. And then one more. Like that. Is that enough? So let's do just one more. There we go, that is enough. And then on top of that window, we're just going to fill it out with more oak wood blocks. Like that. And that, if I can come out, that is what that end is going to look like. Now we're going to fancy schmancy it up a little bit more. But we're just going to carry on by doing the other end as well. And then I'll be back with you once I've done a little bit more. So there we've got a load of walls. We're completely enclosed now, but we do need to start detailing out this underside. And I like to put just a little bit of depth under these windows by putting some upside down spruce. And that actually continues on with the roof. It gives you a nice kind of continual pattern. So the roof flows down to the floor. Oh, no, I want it the right way up though, like that. We're just going to carry on all the way around by putting these on every window that we've got. We are going to put more on too, but this is a good start. There and there. All the way around. And we are back. So there we go. So we've got that quite nice looking thing. And then we're going to get ourselves some wooden shutters. This is a trapdoor that's going to act as a shutter. Just just going to stick it either side of each window, and that acts like a really quite nice shutter door. You can see the texture of the build is already starting to come together. Not there yet, not quite, but we are getting closer. Coming around on each side. Nothing going on there at the moment, but it will do soon. Something will go there also. And there we have it. So we've started to get the outside of the house looking like it's quite nice. And then what we're going to do is on these sides here, we're going to get some vines. And we're just going to vine up this side of this house just here like that. Now that's going to grow down completely. We're going to come around and do exactly the same on this side as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So what that does also mean is that we want to just be putting a little bit, not on that one actually, on the other areas of the house. Otherwise it will look just a little bit out of balance. So let's get some vines lurking around the other pieces of the house. Like that. Nothing on the front there. But we can certainly put something there and there. And then a little bit there and there. Vine up there. And there. There we go. So those vines will start to grow down and they'll look quite nice by the time we're finished. And if we find that there's just too much vinage, we can just take some off. And it's really, really as simple as that. And then what we're going to do, we're going to venture inside the house now. So let's come back down. Let's just put a little bit of vinage on, not there, a bit of vinage there and there. We're going to come inside the house. Because all we've got in here is a mass of dirt. And what I'm going to do, which is going to extend what we've already done in this section here. You can see we've got spruce wood. And we're going to make the floor spruce wood all the way along. So I'll be back when I've finished making this floor, removing all of this grassy area, and I'll be back when I've done that. So we've got the floor everywhere now, and we've also put some upside down stairs trimming around the tall sections and then going in and meeting the wall on the short section, so you can see that we've done there. And what we can then do is on these tall sections we can just extend the stairy bit. Is that the official term, the stairy bit? The bit that is the top of the stairs in this orientation, and we can just create ourselves a new upstairs floor on that side, and then do exactly the same thing on this side as well. And that will give us somewhere that we can go, and the sleeping quarters will be up here, and we'll make it a nice clever way of being able to get up with some nice looking stairs basically. So let's get that like that. And what we're also going to do is we're going to bash out an area in the floor. So we're going to get basically a cross that kind of matches the shape and size of the house itself, and we're just going to line that with glowstone like this. And then we're going to get some carpet and we're going to cover it over with carpet. And the trick there, you can see, is that the light remains but the carpet covers it up. I'm just going to finish off the carpet so it's a nice square in the middle. So it's a nice inviting square in the middle there of carpet, which is good, and gives light across pretty much the entire house. Now up here we've got some other choices, but what I'm going to do is this ridge all the way at the top, I'm going to put a line of glowstone all the way along. This goes the entire length of the house there, and then we're going to get the trapdoor and just line a trapdoor to cover it up, and it looks like that's a nice recessed lighting behind a panel, and that works beautifully as well. And what that's done, that has given light to the majority of the house. Not all of it, I grant you, but the majority of the house now has a bit of light. We're then going to get some oak stairs. This is just a little bit too jutty out for me. We're going to do it across the other side as well. And what that will allow us to do is if we get a chest and we stick a chest in underneath there, if that's what we want to do, we can still open it because that is a step and it isn't a solid block, so that makes for some easy storage options there. So now what we're going to do, we need to build up a little bit more of this inside to make it a bit more homely. So we've done a bit of work on the inside. It's not a finished product because the idea of this is actually to give you something that you want to finish. And you should feel free to tweet me the pictures of what you've actually done to @Avomance on the screen right now. And let's have a bit of a venture inside. Again, I've not done loads. So we'll start downstairs. Big old picture. We've expanded the carpet so as it covers most of the floor. We've got a seating area with some lighting covered up by some trapdoors. Then we've got more seating around here and a little kitchen area, and this is the hob on and off that is kind of turned on as a result of that tap that's going into a cauldron with water in it and a cooker. And then here we've got a load of armor, and we're going to come upstairs because we've got a little bit more upstairs, not loads again, and we've got an enchanting area and a potion brewing area. And then around here we've got our bedroom with an absolute ton of furnaces and storage and lighting to go with it. And I'm not doing it any more than that on the inside because frankly I want you to work out what it is you want to do, but we will do a little bit more on the outside. You can see that we've already got some of that creeper vine already growing down quite nicely. I like the way it's gone. It's not at all obtrusive. I think it looks quite nice. But what we can do is we can get some of these fellas, and which one should we go? Dandelions. Let's go dandelions, and we're going to stick some pots with flowers on some of these, not all of them. Let's just stick one on a couple of the others. Coming around, stick that on there right in the middle. I think the yellow looks quite nice actually against the stone. It contrasts really quite nicely. I normally use poppies because the red looks great, but I quite like the yellow actually. It looks alright. There we go, and I think we'll just stick one more on here. And that I reckon, now let's stick one on here as well. There we go. Like that. That I reckon will definitely do us. And then we just need to build up around the outside of the house to make it look just a little bit less flat and bland. And we've finished. We've made it relatively simple on the outside. We've not gone too mad. A little bit of gravel, a little bit of path, a little bit of coarse dirt sat there for a path. We've got a garden pond, we've got some sugarcane, some light in the tree, and a little bit of a farm, and loads of flowers. And that's all I'm going to do on this one. We've also stuck a chimney on the top, just to give it, again, a little bit more structure on that roof. Otherwise, it's just too big an expansive roof. And that is all I'm going to do, because I want you to sort out what you're going to do in your own builds. If you have enjoyed this video, please do remember to slap that like button. It'd be great to know that you've enjoyed the video, and then I'll keep making house tutorials for you, and that'd be great. And also, if you've not done it already, you're very naughty, but hit that subscribe button. It'd be great to see you in my sub club, and I look forward to seeing you in another video. You take it easy now. Bye.